It started with a very simple plan. A friend called and explained that there was a small groove nearby. Nothing serious, just music and a few people. I made it clear that I was not going out properly. It was stated very firmly that I would only pass by for 1 hour, greet everyone, and come back home like a responsible person. That promise was important. When I arrived, the place was already buzzing. Music was playing loudly, people were laughing, and greetings were happening at full volume like a family reunion that nobody had planned. Before I could even settle in, a drink was placed in my hand. It was suggested that standing without a drink looked suspicious, so I accepted without arguing. The first hour moved quickly. I greeted people, caught up with someone I had not seen in years, and somehow got involved in a conversation about things I barely remembered. Another drink appeared during this time, although I could not clearly explain how. Then the music changed. The moment Amapiano started, the entire atmosphere shifted. People who had been sitting quietly suddenly stood up with confidence. Dancing began everywhere. It was no longer a small gathering. It had officially become groove. I told myself I would just watch. That plan lasted a few minutes. Soon I was also dancing, trying moves that felt correct in the moment but were probably not. It was later suggested that my dancing was energetic but slightly confusing. At the time, however, I believed I was doing very well. Time became unreliable after that. At some point, someone mentioned moving to another location. It was described as having a better vibe and being very close. Without thinking too much, I agreed. We left as a group, walking through the streets like we were part of something important. The next place was even more intense. More music, more people, and more energy. I checked my phone and realized it was much later than expected. Messages from home had started coming in, asking where I was. I responded confidently that I was on my way. That information was not entirely accurate. Hours passed again, filled with random conversations, loud laughter, and deep discussions about life that would probably be forgotten the next day. Someone even started talking about business ideas, and everyone agreed enthusiastically. Eventually, the sky started getting lighter. Birds began making noise, and someone pointed out that morning had arrived. It was quietly acknowledged that the night had gone too far. I finally headed home, slightly tired but fully aware that my 1-hour plan had completely failed. When I arrived, everything was quiet. The house felt peaceful in a way that made me question my decisions. Later, I was asked how groove was. I said it was short and relaxed. It was understood immediately that I was not telling the truth. In South Africa, saying you will stay for 1 hour at groove is not a plan. It is a suggestion that nobody follows.